Laurie Zaleski had a difficult childhood. She and her 3 siblings were raised solely by their mom, Annie, who worked very hard to make ends meet. She remembers her mother taking on several odd jobs to make extra cash. One of these side hustles involved cleaning cages at the local animal shelter. One day, her mom brought home a German shepherd that was going to be euthanized. From that day onwards, the family only continued to grow. The small rental in New Jersey soon became home to dozens of cats, dogs, ducks, geese, even sheep, goats, and pigs. As Zaleski grew older, she dreamt of one day buying her mom a proper farm where these animals could roam free. This dream eventually became a reality. But sadly, Zaleski's mom died of cancer 2 weeks before the sale was complete. With no one to take care of the property, Zaleski decided to run the farm herself and moved all 30 animals into the space. She branded the farm the Funny Farm, the same name her mom used to describe their animal-filled home when she was growing up.
And I said, Mom, why the Funny Farm? Why do you call it that? She said, because it's full of animals and fit for lunatics.
Zaleski is the author of the book Funny Farm, My Unexpected Life with 600 Rescue Animals. Her farm has grown over the years and is now a nonprofit operation that's open to the public. She says animals wind up at Funny Farm for a variety of reasons.
Neglected, abused, unwanted. Sometimes families, their homes break up for divorce. They lose their jobs, or somebody got sickly. The 2 horses that I just took in, the wife's husband wound up having cancer. So she was there taking care of them by herself, and he wasn't able to work, so they had no money. So when I picked up the horses, she said, could you bring some feed to get them in? Because they had none. So how long did they go without food? I mean, they might have had hay and just grass to eat, but it's winter. There's not a lot of that. So we got them quickly.
Sometimes people surrender pets that are blind or have a physical disability. Others may have a serious chronic medical condition that an owner can't afford to treat or handle on their own. Zaleski takes them all. She's rescued several dogs from puppy mills that have a condition called megaesophagus. That's where inbred dogs are born with an esophagus so large they can't properly swallow food. Pet owners don't know this until they bring the animal home and realize they have a very sick puppy. Zaleski says the only way a megaesophagus dog can eat is by backing into a custom-made chair and sitting upright like a human.
And most of them, if you go to the vet, every vet that I've ever spoken to says, put them down. They're going to live 6 months. You might as well just, be humane. And I have had 3 of them. 2 of them I presently have. 1 died already, but he made it to 5 years and they said he would live 6 months. Then the 2 that I have, one now is 4.5 and the other one is 2.5. So already, as long as you just give them a little extra that they need, that extra love and attention and feeding, they have to eat every 3 hours. And it does take a little more money, a little more time. They eat a lot, and hopefully most of it will go down into their stomachs so they don't starve to death, or they regurgitate a lot of their food. So that's why they have to sit up like a human.
The reality is that all animals need adequate time and attention. Zaleski always urges people to make sure all pets are spayed and neutered. And if you're looking to add a pet, please adopt, don't shop.
There are so many pets right now that need to be rescued. There's no need for puppy mills. And even, people say, I have a golden retriever that came to me and I thought, who would surrender this dog? Somebody purchased this dog. They are out there, these breeds that some people want, specific breeds. They're out there right now. You have to do a little looking, but there's a lot of really great pets out there.
It's true. Even purebreds, like the highly sought-after golden retriever, or designer breeds, like the popular cockapoo, which is a mix between a purebred cocker spaniel and poodle. These popular breeds can and do end up at animal shelters. Animal care and control experts say this often happens when pets are given as gifts.
We do occasionally see animals that someone comes in and says, hey, somebody gave me this for my birthday, and I just can't take care of it. And there's a lot of guilt associated with that, right? Because this is a gift that someone gave them that they're now having to give up. So there's that sense of obligation when you receive this animal as a gift. And that's another reason that it's just really important to have the new pet parent, the new owner, involved in the process from start to finish.
That's Dr. Joshua Fisher, Director of Animal Services for the City of Charlotte and Mecklenburg County in North Carolina. He's also the president of the National Animal Care and Control Association. He says that buying pets as gifts is a big topic of conversation among animal welfare professionals.
The idea of giving a pet as a gift without someone knowing is scary, right? Because there isn't necessarily the input of the person who is ultimately going to be responsible for this pet for the rest of its life. So what we encourage is to, A, have a conversation if you're going to get a gift like that. And one of the best ways to do that is if you know someone is looking for a pet, have them involved in the process, because that's something that really is part of the experience, right? Is coming to choose your new family member.
Fisher suggests that if you know someone who wants a pet and you'd like to gift one to that person, don't buy the actual pet. Buy a gift card from an animal shelter instead. This means you pay for all adoption fees, including vaccinations and neutering. That way, the prospective pet owner gets to visit the shelter and pick the pet of their choice.
The human-animal bond is such that that initial step, that choosing of the pet is really a key part in helping to build that relationship from the start.
Thousands of lonely, isolated people across the U.S. flocked to animal rescue shelters during the pandemic to choose their forever furry friend. But Fisher says animal control officers were also picking up more strays during the pandemic. He suspects that people who had lost their jobs could no longer afford to feed or care for their animals anymore and let them loose. He says it's a little-known fact that short-term financial assistance is available from animal agencies for pet owners who need help. It varies by region, but is definitely worth looking into.
It is less expensive for the agency to provide some short-term support than it is to intake that animal, care for it, provide everything it needs, and then place it up for adoption. We are seeing pet owners in situations where they're having to make a decision between basic veterinary care for their pet, food for their pet, and paying the light bill on time, right? And so generally what we're looking at with those is a short term. They may have lost their job. They may have had to move apartments and their rent is higher, so they're having to readjust things. So we're looking at those short-term issues, those short-term challenges that we can help to provide support to keep pets with their people.
Fisher says public interest in animal welfare has grown in recent years, and so has the number of rescue organizations. If you're looking to adopt, do your research beforehand and make sure you're in a place to commit to the responsibility long term. Find links and resources on pet adoption at viewpointsradio.org. You'll also learn more about our guests, Laurie Zaleski and Dr. Joshua Fisher, as well as all of our past guests. You can find out more about Funny Farm by visiting funnyfarmrescue.org and about the National Animal Care and Control Association by visiting nacanet.org. Laurie Zaleski's book, Funny Farm, My Unexpected Life with 600 Rescue Animals, is available now online and in select bookstores. For more behind the scenes, search Viewpoints Radio on Twitter and Facebook. This segment was written and produced by Polly Hansen. Our executive producer is Amira Zaveri. Our studio engineer is Jason Dickey. I'm Marty Peterson.